Hi boys and girls. Okay, today we are going to be painting on top of our texture paper. Mrs. Walker does not, I already painted this one and it has my letters on it, but I'm going to show you with this one so you can see. You are going to paint though right over top of your texture, your real texture, and your rubbing plate texture, okay? So today's focus is on how to treat our brushes when we're painting, and on how to not mix colors. Do you feel like someone maybe mixed a color here? Doesn't that look like brown instead of yellow? Yeah, I thought so too. So here's what you can do. If that happens to you and you notice that someone left it like that, you can just wake up the paint by stirring some water in, and then rinse your brush and then get rid of most of that water and go back in. And do you see how it's getting cleaner? Each time I rinse my brush, dry my brush, and take a little bit of that dirty paint or mixed paint out. Do you see how clean my yellow is now? I'm going to do that on each one. I'm going to wet it, stir it, and then rinse. Wow, that one looks pretty good already. I don't have to do it even more than once. This one needs a little bit, so I'm going to wet it, clean it, and then rinse. Now, if I were to go back in, I gotta get rid of a little bit of this water before I go back in. So wet, clean, and then rinse. Now look does my green need to be cleaned? Yes, it does. Now yours might not need to be cleaned, but if you see one that needs it, go ahead and do this to yours. I noticed that all of these, somebody mixed all our colors. Our goal today is to make sure we do not mix any colors here. We only mix them on our paper, okay? So I am going to start with, let's see, you can use any colors you want. You can use all the colors if you want, but some of these, if you mix them, you'll get brown. So if you use blue over top of orange, that's going to make brown, okay? Anything that's across on the color wheel. So maybe don't put them on top of each other, okay? I'm going to choose yellow first. Ooh, my brush wasn't all the way clean, but it's okay. And then I want to be careful that I'm dancing my brush on its tippy toes. So do you see that point on my brush right there? We want to keep that point pointy. So when you paint, you don't want to press down really hard. You want to dance it around like this on its tippy toes. If you push your brush down so hard that it splays out, let me show you what I mean. You don't want to push it down so hard that it does this, okay? That's hurting the bristles. It actually breaks off the bristles because they're made out of hair. Don't do that, okay? When you're painting, just paint with the tip of your brush. If it doesn't paint, that means you need more water or more paint, right? And go ahead and dance it around on its tippy toes, okay? I'm going to try some of this pink. I haven't done any pink, and I love pink. Ooh, look at that. Now, what's fun about oil pastels and crayons is when you paint, or when you use them on a piece of paper and then paint over it, guess what happens? The paint does not go where the oil pastels are. It actually doesn't like oil or wax, and so it won't go there. See how it's kind of bubbling up and not going right on my lines? So even though I painted right on top of my lines, and I'm using the tip of my brush, right? Tip of my brush. Okay, so I just used green on green. It doesn't show up very good, does it? Where could I use my green that it might show up more? Maybe over here, right? Over here on the orange. Oh, that really shows up over there. I like that. Now on blue, I probably don't want to use blue on blue, right? But I could use blue right here. That might show up. Ooh, I really like that. But what should I use on my blue? Something different. Maybe red. I think I'll try red. Ooh, I like that. All right, so paint your whole paper all the way to the corners. And when you're completely done, you're going to put this on the drying rack and read a book on your paint spot, okay? Just carry this to the drying rack. When we're going to use the big one that's by the door that you came in, okay? That big drying rack, we're going to use that one. So when you're done, you're going to carry this over there and put it on there to dry, and then get yourself a book, okay? And check to see, did I do a good job of not mixing my paints in my paint palette? And how's my brush looking? Ooh, look how pointy mine is. I did a good job, didn't I? Okay, have fun.